Alright, you have to admit, Wandavision has turned into one episode of literally a mind F. They are doing an amazing job of giving you enough, but absolutely not giving you enough. The tease at this point is just too much. Like, it honestly feels like...
Got that Wandavision blue balls?
I got Wandavision blue balls. And you know what? I get the feeling at this point, Marvel, I mean, let's put it, Marvel knows what they're doing. They know how to tell a freaking story. And I think it's more important to realize that they're really good at stringing the fans along.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're really good at playing with your brain.
Yeah, I tell you, I think half of this isn't about, the whole town getting played. I think we're getting played.
Yes.
Yep.
So I actually think even this whole Quicksilver thing is something else now. Because it just seems too obvious of like, we just acquired the X-Men, so this is a way of doing it. Like, that's too obvious now. It's a good way to make people think that they got the X-Men, but maybe he's another character in disguise. I mean, he was fishing for information in a way.
Yeah.
Almost like, you know how like, you're trying to fish for information of someone to give you their social security. Like, you're fleecing an old person. Like,
but he knows just enough about the past he can pretend to be her brother, Quicksilver.
Right now, I think he's probably the main bad guy.
He's the big baddie in disguise.
Yep. Which I think actually would be a hell of a swerve, yet at the same time, I can see components of it. And that's potentially the introduction of one of the biggest baddies in the X-Men world, Mojo. Oh!
Mojo?
Mojo is this ruler of this alternate dimension world.
The Mojoverse.
The Mojoverse. And the storyline is kind of crazy. It's something like Earth radio and TV signals were bombarding this race for since the beginning, and it drove them crazy. And it's a warped version of what they see. It's not like reality, right? It's twisted, kind of like WandaVision.
Like this.
Yeah. And so their whole society is based around wanting to create television shows for their society to enjoy.
That might have something.
Yeah, it does work.
Right?
Well.
I mean, just by explaining it here,
because in the beginning, remember, it says why they put it on a whiteboard, like why TV show, right?
See, I think they're very smart. I can't even imagine what it is like being a writer for this show. It must be very hard to try to connect it to something that everyone believes, because people think the theory of the TV is they've been trapped, and as kids, remember when it was bombed and that Tony Stark bomb was hovering over them, and it's like that TV is what they can watch in their building over and over, a reminder of their childhood, of the commercials they saw for America type of thing, right?
Yeah.
A reference their childhood of what they were stuck with, but it could also be Mojoverse type of thing. And Mojoverse, his whole character thing is he has the ability to travel through time in other dimensions, and he's connected to the X-Men. They're number one, one of their biggest baddies. You can see it, right?
Yeah.
I can see it. I'm like, that would be an interesting swerve.
I just wonder how Disney's gonna do his character. I can get this
I sure hope
looking.
it's better than how Star Wars did Jabba the Hutt in the end.
Oh.
Because he's really big.
He's massive. He doesn't have legs. He has these little creepy crawly legs to move him around.
If anyone plays League of Legends, he looks like Urgot a lot.
He does, actually.
Probably Urgot's probably inspired by
Probably.
Mojo.
All right, y'all. Let us know what your crazy theories are. Let's see how... And you got to be honest. Leave comments about it. Predict it. And time will tell how good you are at figuring this out. But I've already gave you my prevailing theory.